So it's really going to be talking about what steps we take, or what steps you can take in the case of a cyber attack. Are you prepared for a cyber attack, and how you communicate in such a situation. Potentially when you're totally locked out, you could be totally locked out of your IT system and therefore maybe unable to communicate with the traditional means. So what happened? So the company was hit. It was hit by a cyber attack, and it really caused the complete inability to act. It effectively paralyzed their response. So really gave the inability to act and communicate on their internal as well as their external communication channels. Because their inability to communicate, they actually sent, or somebody from the company sent us an email using their private email account. After we had that communication, we actually then spoke to them briefly on the phone and on their mobile phone, actually, and we set up the tool within the software platform, the crisis management, the cyber management platform, within a couple of hours. A couple of facts and figures. So 61% of organizations have reported between 1 and 5 cyber attacks and had that have successfully penetrated their defenses. 1 in 10 companies have incurred losses of more than $1 million. This is from the BCI Resilience Report 2021, so it's a global report, by the way. 31.2% have experienced IT and telecom outages. So remember here that it's not necessarily just IT networks. It can potentially be telecom networks as well. So voice over IP, for example. And then greater than 70% of global cyber attacks come from financially motivated criminals using simple tactics, like Peter said. Pretty simple phishing attacks and things like that are really the main method that cyber criminals use to try and infiltrate your networks. So I want to take you through the stages of a cyber attack and really show you live in the system here how to kind of handle a cyber attack with a software-based solution. Really detect. We want to detect, we want to protect, and we want to recover as quickly as possible from a cyber attack. So this is the situation. So imagine your company was hit with a cyber attack. The ransomware was, so in this situation, so this is the scenario we're going to go through. So ransomware was detected on 1 laptop from a colleague in it says Berlin office, ignore that, we're going to say Singapore office. So also as potentially a next step or a potential consequence, all systems need to be shut down in a controlled manner, and internal communication channels are not available. So that's the kind of the current situation. So this is how we potentially look at using a software as a service. So like I say, it's a separate software system from your traditional IT network. And here you can see a number of incidents in the system here. So typically incidents don't happen one at a time. Incidents can happen all at the same time. So here in the system, there's a number of different incidents, and you can also see on the map on the right hand side where those incidents are. So these could all be within our organization. What you can see on the screen here, so we are we're going to alert. Actually, I'm going to just quickly go over what you can see here. So first of all, we've got an overview of the incident. So you can see here ransomware. Hopefully you can read this on your screen. So it says here in this incident details at the top, ransomware was detected on 1 laptop in the Singapore office. So far, it's not clear from any other system or network whether any other systems, networks, or business units are affected. You can also see here that we've got some people working on this crisis. So you can see that we've got Peter, who just presented. He's looking after IT. We've got Christine, who's the log keeper, etc., etc. So we've got a few people here that are helping us with this crisis. Next thing we can do. So if you were going to use Teams or something like that, for example, you might want a chat room, or you might want to collaborate. So we can do that also within the platform here. So we have a way of being able to communicate and collaborate. So we can open a chat room. So if we want to, let's call it CyberAttack collaboration. We want to share with it, and I can add people to this chat room from the database. So if I want to add Christine and Peter, for example, I can easily add them here, and they will then be in my chat room to talk about this situation that we have here. So we now have a chat room. Hi, everyone. And I can then start talking to them and potentially sharing information, sharing reports, sharing different things that we need to communicate about and collaborate about. If you look at the system here, so in the case of a cyber attack, we have this section here called action cards. And if we go to the cyber attack ransomware action card, you can see that the team is guided through the actions that they need to do. So assess the current situation, carry out threat intelligence to discover what was the nature of the attack, inform the insurers to, especially if you have cyber insurance, update staff about the incident. So you can be guided through and organized in a very efficient way to be able to react to this situation. So you can also, it's very easy to assign tasks to other people, and this is another way of collaborating in the tool. So I could easily assign this action to Peter, and then send him this action because he may be better placed to do this action. So I've just assigned this action to Peter, and he will get a notification like this notification up in the top right that he has an action. I actually ticked it off already, but he has an action to execute. So main advantages for you. So you see now how easy it actually can be to act quickly in the event of a crisis or a cyber attack, and how much support you can get from a separate software system to be able to manage the situation. Within minutes, we've convened a crisis team on a conference call. We've made initial decisions. We've been able to alert the entire workforce. We've been able to action tasks and keep a very accurate record of everything we've been doing. And the main advantages really are simplicity, speed, and flexibility. And like I said, really having an external secure platform to be able to manage the situation when you may have lost your own IT networks.
If you wish to learn more about our services, visit www.bcpasia.com.